Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I want to introduce myself. My name is Dhimas Anom. I am student of Faculty of Teachers Training and Education, Lancang Kuning University. Okay, I want to show you about my first topic in semantic. Is entitled is symbol, referent, and thoughts. Okay, firstly I want to explain you about the symbol. What is the symbol? Symbol, when you can say the name of the thing, when we know about that thing. Maybe you can be understand what I say. Maybe I can say this is pillow. You know the pillows, and the reference is the real things in the world. Like as this things is a pillow, and the symbol is the name of this thing is pillow. Okay, he have some triangles: symbol, referent, and thing. The symbol is the name. We can just say the words, and the referent is the real thing in the words, like this. And the end of this discussion is thing. Why we say that is pillow? Pillow is for the sleep. Is have some smooth fur in front of the cover, and we use it in the sleep. Okay, maybe you can find out it when we watch the next video about my explanation, and you can enjoy it.
Created using Powtoon.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome back with me, Dimas Anom. I want to discuss about the second the semantics branch about euphemism. Okay, maybe some of you know about euphemism. Maybe I have some opinion to myself. What is euphemism from when I read, see the blog, and from the experts. Okay, euphemism is the some linguistic branch in semantic. It will have to smoothen and smooth some words to be better, and maybe have a different in use it in the some place. Maybe I want to say in the village, maybe in the city. In the sample, I want to say in bahasa kembang desa. Maybe you say kembang desa is some girl in the village who has some beautiful face and beautiful and charming maybe. And the city, you can say gadis. Gadis is same, is like a kembang desa, but in the village we know is kembang desa is the beautiful woman. Okay, mungkin maybe it's very hard to say about bunting, you know, pregnant is more, we can say the bunting is more unpolite to say to woman. Maybe in the euphemism, maybe you can smoothen the words like hamil. It's not hamil is more polite than say bunting. Okay, for the more info, you can see you can see the video from my speech.
Introducing Powtoon.
Warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Here we are with me, Dhimas Anom. Okay, I want to discuss my third explanation about denotation, connotation, and implication. Okay, firstly, I want to say that if we can be fun to learn about semantics because it's much some meanings of the words you can solve it and learning about that. Okay, I want to discuss about denotations. Okay, denotation is some words when you use is in not general in the stump speaking or conversation, maybe in the written is also use it. Maybe I want to say that is some poetry sessions lebih mengatakan pada puisi. Okay, I want to give you one sample. In bahasa, sejak dahulu kala dia tidak mempunyai istri. Once upon a time, he has no wife. And when you say dahulu kala, maybe you can see in the past, not once upon a time. Okay, you got it.
Yes.
The second example is connotation. You know that connotation is some explore some idea to want to say in the real life, in the real activity in the world. Maybe you can wash your hand, you can ride your bike, you can cook the fried rice, not have some especially grammatical in the poetry. It's different like the notations. Okay, and the implication is when you applicate in the world, what is want to use that. And so you can wash your hand. Is in the world you wash your hand. Implication that from the idea that. And if you want to get more information, you can see more in the video. Okay, thank you. I have my
Connotation and denotation.
I want to find out this idea, but I can't find it. I'm so confused. Okay, welcome back to me, Dhimas Anom. I'm sorry about my situation because I have about some bad things. Okay, today I want to discuss about some confused materials. Maybe we call say ambiguity. It's ambiguity. Ambiguity is a branch of semantics is about one words have many meanings or one more meanings. Okay, I want to give you some one example like I would to like say some photography shoot the ducks. Maybe it's some ambiguity. Maybe in shoots, you paint to take the pictures. And the other meaning, shoot is killing the ducks with the gun, like the hunters. But should have many meanings. Another case, ambiguity has other from the words. Ambiguity has like a picture when we call ambigram. Maybe you can see me at the sample and the watch video. Okay, you can enjoy.
What does the sentence Ingrid saw the Martian with a telescope mean? Seems pretty straightforward, right? There's a Martian, it has a telescope, and Ingrid is seeing it. But wait, about half of you are saying right now, that's not at all what I thought it meant. I thought it meant that Ingrid had the telescope and she's using it to look at the Martian. Well, you're not wrong either. This sentence is ambiguous. In one meaning, the Martian has the telescope, and in the other meaning, Ingrid has it. So how is it that one sentence can have two different meanings? Well, the difference between the two meanings is who has the telescope. In other words, which part of the sentence with a telescope is modifying. Under one meaning, with a telescope is modifying the Martian. In this case, we don't know anything about the seeing. Under the other meaning, Ingrid has the telescope, and now with a telescope is modifying saw. How did Ingrid see the Martian? With a telescope. Which Martian did she see? We haven't said anything about this. Arrows like this are great, but they're kind of imprecise. Is the arrow pointing to the? Is it pointing to Martian? Or is it pointing to both of them? With just an arrow, we don't really know. Instead, we use what linguists call a tree structure diagram. You might recognize it from this video. Let's start with a basic example. Here's our sentence. What can we figure out about it? One thing you might notice is that if we swap Ingrid and the Martian, we get a different sentence, but it's still perfectly good. That wouldn't be the case if we swapped Ingrid and saw, and it wouldn't even be true if we swapped Ingrid and Martian, leaving the behind. So there's something really special about Ingrid and the Martian. They're sort of the same thing. We call them NPs for noun phrases. They both have nouns in them, but they can also have other things like the determiner the. If we're talking about NPs, then what about the verb? Just like the noun has a noun phrase, the verb has a verb phrase. And we also have an S that stands for sentence. Now what do we do with the with a telescope part? Since with is a preposition, we'll give it a prepositional phrase. And since I'm not worried about the internal structure of the PP for the moment, I'm going to use this triangle to indicate the whole phrase at once. Let's start with what happens if the Martian has the telescope. Since the whole thing, the Martian with a telescope, is what Ingrid saw, with a telescope has to be part of the Martian's noun phrase. Now what happens if the telescope part is associated with seeing? Who did Ingrid see? The Martian. How did Ingrid see? With the telescope. Now the prepositional phrase is up here. You can read the linear order of the sentence off the tree by reading along the bottom. Ingrid saw the Martian with a telescope. But notice when we do this, it doesn't matter where the prepositional phrase attaches. Whether it's up here at the VP level or down here with the NP, it's still going